I found whenever I've travelled with the All Blacks or the Māori All Blacks, there's always a lot of hype. In Spain, I didn't think it would be as much. Obviously, football's massive over here, so I thought that we might go a little bit under the radar. But every reception we've had, every promotion we've had, it's just been jam-packed, and they've just been so grateful for us coming over here, which is really humbling. You know, for me, it's an absolute pleasure for us to come over here and meet with these people and try and build up rugby here and raise some awareness.
Obviously, this has been unbelievably promoted, this game. I don't know what the last figure was, but touching on 40,000 at the Wanda Riviera on Saturday night. So they've done a great job there. We've done a couple of signing sessions, and there's kids coming up who their mothers and tell us they play rugby and are mad into it, and heard the figures of how many actually play in the game here, which you just don't expect it, because it's such a, you just think Spain, every kid would grow up playing soccer. So obviously they've done a great job hyping it, and it would have been wonderful excuse me, if they had been still part of the World Cup.
We were there watching the football the other night. That's an unbelievable venue, to be honest. Great stadium. Spain is, they've gone through a tough patch at the moment. I know they'll be coming out for a big match.
I'd like them to know that it wasn't us that kicked them out of the World Cup, so don't take it out on us.
The occasion's probably gathered a little bit of wheels, and then you realise the stadium you're playing in, and then you're playing an international team who obviously have their own disappointments. So look, you do. I always get nervous anyway. Some players don't, but as it gets closer to game day, I'm getting a little bit nervous. You just don't want to make a fool of yourself anymore, Then it got put on Sky TV, so I think everyone was like, uh-oh. I think that's when everyone got a little bit, what have I signed up for here? So, but no, it'll be a great occasion.
It's going to be an awesome experience, I think, some of the boys here, they, not experienced that, but for me, I'm really looking forward to it. It's the new stadium, it's home of football, but we've finally got a game in there, rugby, classic All Blacks. I'm sure all the boys and myself, I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be, but I'm not sure about the weather, because apparently we got told that it's like 40 degrees on the weekend, but let's make sure we got a lot of cold towels and some cold water.
I remember a game against the Force, and it got up to 40 degrees during the day, and so we had to have quarters, and they had ice fans and all sorts of stuff. So I have played in also Dubai 10s, played there before, and it was been steaming. So it's probably not something I'm really looking forward to, because I know the pain you have to go through when it's that hot, but it is what it is, and hopefully they'll warm up some of those old muscles.
Funny enough, a very similar week, played for the Barbars against England at Twickenham at about 2:30, and there was a heatwave hit London that week, which is obviously a great irony in that. And I don't think that would have probably been up there too. And I think we've had a game in Perth early February where the enforced water breaks were welcome, but I think we didn't actually almost play that one apparently. So yeah, it's been up there, but I've got a funny feeling this might take the cake.
I haven't really had a chance to get used to tackling anyone or that kind of game intensity for a while. I run around with the boys every now and then at training, but nothing like this. So hopefully, I'll be smart enough to I've had from contact most of my life, so I'll try and continue that over the weekend.
I'm expecting a lot from all the boys. It's a lot of people that they say that they have been playing for a while, but it's no excuse. You're either born with it or you don't. But most of them, they're born with it. We're expecting a lot from Conray, from Snakey, from Sammy. Those are all the boys at the backs, and I think the forwards we expect a lot from Corey Flynn to lead us in the front. But we'll see how it goes. But yeah, those are we expect from everyone to front up on Saturday and give the crowd and people what they wanna see, and we just play some classic All Blacks rugby.
I think most guys are here as much to play the game, but to be back with a group of mates, being a team again, and something I think we all miss. There's no shame in admitting that. Like you finish your career and you try and find a new motivation, a new passion, but you always miss what you had in a team and that team environment. And so yeah, I'm the same as the others, and so it's great to be back and have a little bit of that, and not be so serious is actually quite nice, because then you enjoy the company even more, I think. So yeah, that's a big part of it.
There's a couple of the older boys actually. Rico Gears is looking in unbelievable shape, so I think he's definitely going to be 80 80 minutes out wide. I think he's one of the oldest, and then the next oldest would be Chris Masoe, and I think he looks like he could do some damage. So those two are just, and then I think I'm third oldest. So all the young guys, I hope they expected them to carry us old fellas. So they'll be fine.
I'm just worried about, because I know how hard some of these guys can tackle. Guys like Sammy Tutupo, he looks quite a small man. Like he's obviously pretty bulky, but he's compact. And I'm just fearful that one of these Spanish players is not going to know his reputation and run straight at him. Marceau is another one that you definitely don't want to run into. But there's guys like that littered throughout this team, so it'll be interesting to see if they want to run it straight at a few of these boys. What happens?
I mean, you wouldn't want to put pressure on any of them, but no, I mean, to be fair, a lot of the boys have held their physiques together, so obviously probably a yard and pace probably not there, but the gears I think will be our MVPs. Andre Taylor's actually in good nick, but I mean, wouldn't mind. Albie Matheson's actually very close to, well, I think he was training for the Reds only about 5 weeks ago, so he'll be in good nick. And the forwards, I mean, they'll be led well by Corey Flynn up front. So, as he has all week, he's led very well. So, we'll wait until after the game to review performances, I'd say.
But then obviously like Chris Masoe putting some good hits in. Sam Tutupo, like what he's capable of. Rudy Wolf, bit of speed. Jose, Rico, like where does it stop or begin? Like I don't know. It's when I saw that team get selected, I was like, wow.
I've had a few bad roommates. I probably won't name them.
See, I'm not that sort of guy. I'm not just gonna throw my roommate under the bus.
Probably Whopper, Jamie McIntosh. He's just a grub of a man.
It's usually just the snoring or the smell, you know what I mean? The snoring's not too bad, because for a little fella I know I could probably chop down a few trees. But everyone's excuse if they get stuck on their back, but there's some that you just don't want to, you can't. But some of them, there's one or two smelly ones, so no, I won't name any, because that's not a,
The League with All Blacks, we're going to have a good time, and also we're going to have a good time on the field. And that's probably the main thing, and just getting everyone together. I think it's emotion time, for the Hayden family and that, for Chris and Laura and that, and all the family. But we've got to celebrate his life, and life is going to move on, and we're going to really enjoy this, and hopefully we'll put on a good performance for Andy, and and for ourselves and family.